Welcome to Mind Your Biz, a new podcast from the Orange County Chamber of Commerce, a fresh, casual space for real conversations about business, life, and community. Hosted by me, Heather Bell, President and CEO. Each episode features one-on-one chats with local business leaders and corporate partners. We go beyond the company's headlines to explore the people behind the success, their passions, insights, and stories. Tune in for honest, inspiring conversations that showcase the human side of business and highlight what makes our county thrive. Welcome to today's episode of Mind Your Biz. I'm joined today by Juliette McKerrell, the Senior Vice President of Commercial Lending at Heritage Financial Credit Union, one of our corporate partners. Welcome, Juliette.
Thank you, Heather. So good to see you today.
I'm so glad that you were able to join us. Tell us a little bit about your role at Heritage and a little bit about Heritage in general. What differentiates you from the other financial institutions in the area?
Sure. So I started with Heritage Financial just about 3 years ago. They brought me on board to build their commercial lending department. It's a new product, something that they've never offered for their businesses.
Okay.
But they really pride themselves on servicing their community, and they knew that it was something that was missing from their product line for their business members. So it's something that they wanted to expand to be able to service all their members. One of the parts of our mission at Heritage Financial Credit Union is to make the dreams of our members come true through financial support and education. So, of course, that means helping someone expand their business, start a new business. It could mean helping somebody buy their new first home. So. That's why they decided to expand into the commercial lending area.
And very philanthropic in the community.
Oh, extremely, yes. So we, several years ago, opened a financial training center to help with financial literacy. And through that, we partner with the food banks of Hudson Valley, Habitat for Humanity. We've had several employees volunteer to help at different Habitat for Humanity sites. The Hudson Valley Renegades is a big partner of ours, so we do a lot of outreach with the Renegades as well.
Let's talk about Juliette. How did you get here? What was your journey?
Sure. So I started in banking just over 20 years ago, and at the time, I had just started my family, and I really needed a job. So I had a friend who worked in banking, and I started in a retail branch as a teller just about 20 years ago.
I love hearing these stories.
It's been quite a journey. So I just, through hard work and determination, I worked my way through leadership in the retail side of banking. And I really liked the lending part. I liked reviewing people's financials. I really enjoyed the analysis side of things, and then also giving somebody a loan to help them expand their business. Or it was very exciting for me, and every commercial loan is different. So I really got into the commercial lending space. I had a great mentor who took me under his wing and really taught me how to structure loans and how to build relationships with our business customers. And here we are. 20 years later.
And females in the SVP C-suite of a financial institution is very rare.
It is, and especially in the commercial lending space. There are
really
not a lot of women.
to bulldoze into those positions and say, hey, we're here and we've got the talent, right?
Absolutely.
I think of our board chair. She's in the C-suite of another financial institution, and same thing, started as a teller.
Yeah.
It's tenacity.
It is a lot of tenacity, and taking the risk when opportunities arise. I find that as women, we tend to be a little bit safer, maybe a little bit reserved in our choices, and I find that sometimes, even if we're unhappy where we are, we understand that where we are. So not taking that next step forward, I think, and taking the opportunity when it's there.
There's a great study, and I'm not going to quote it because I honestly don't remember entirely where it came from. But the premise of it is that a man will apply for a job that he's not qualified for at all, where a woman will say, I don't have those 3 out of 10 qualifications. I'm not qualified to apply for the job. And more women are starting to apply for the jobs they don't think they're qualified for and get them.
Absolutely. And that is actually similar to how I wound up where I am. So I was contacted by somebody and I thought, geez, I don't know if I can build a commercial loan program from scratch. That's a huge undertaking. And I really had to sit back and think about my experience and my knowledge and really talk myself into that. You know what? I can do this. And here I am 3 years later and we have a commercial lending program and a staff. So
that is amazing.
You have to take the risk.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Kudos to you. Oh, wow. That is incredible.
Thank you.
What about growing up? Tell us about growing up. Where were you in your family structure?
So I'm the middle child, but only daughter. So I think that switches that whole middle child thing around a little bit. I grew up in a very rural area in Sullivan County and enjoyed school and sports and kind of had that typical Sullivan County childhood, a lot of time outdoors.
Yeah.
But I was bored. So I always thought, I have a lot of family that lives on Long Island, and I thought for sure I was going to move to Long Island. That was always my goal. And I did leave the area for a little while, but my family was still here. So when it was time to settle down and start a family, I came back to Sullivan County, and I have 2 children, and I have to say it's been a joy to raise them here, and they're both doing wonderful.
It's great. I love to hear that. And are they still younger? Are they going off on their own
My
path?
oldest is 20, and she's in the Marines.
Oh,
she's just
Semper
over 2
Fi.
years.
Okay.
Yes, she's in the Marines. She's doing wonderful. She's a corporal now. She's been promoted twice. So
Congratulations.
Very proud of her.
So we're MOMs. Do you know what that is?
Yes,
Marine-
yes, I
Moms
do.
of Marines, yes.
I do.
I love it.
And my son just started college. He's a freshman in college. So he's in SUNY Cortland studying exercise science. He wants to be a physical therapist.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm really, you're rocking it. That's awesome. Yeah. So you came to Heritage 3 years ago and you wrote this whole commercial lending program for them. What's next?
People joke around that, someday you're going to run a bank. Someday you're going to be the CEO. And it, in the back of my mind, like, oh, that's funny. But, I think I would take the opportunity, or I would reach for the opportunity were it there. So I think that would be kind of my creme de la creme.
I would love to see that for you. I would love to see that. I think that you can do that. Would you want to stay in a credit union space, or would you want to go back into private banking?
So that's an interesting question. I enjoy the credit union space for the philanthropy. Absolutely. We're more community minded. I did work for some smaller community banks, and they do tend to also be very invested in their community. And banking tends to maybe have a little bit more sophistication sometimes than credit unions. I think I would probably lean towards banking. Just I'm also more familiar with banking at this point. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We're going to go into some rapid fire questions.
Okay. I'm ready.
So this part of Mind Your Biz, we're going to mind Juliette's biz.
Oh boy.
Okay. What was your first car?
It was a 1977 Chevy Nova, mint green.
Was it a shift on the column?
It was not. It was an automatic, but it was a 4-door grandma car.
My dad had a Nova for me too.
It's a great first car.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I want to be a teacher.
So you're kind of doing that, right, with the financial lending programs that you offer?
Yep, somewhat. Yeah, it's an education, especially for first-time business owners. Definitely educating them on what they need to do to run a successful business.
Mm-hmm. And your chamber loves to partner with you on that.
Yes, absolutely.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Cheese. I'm just a plain cheese girl. Mm-hmm. Maybe some garlic.
Guilty pleasure?
Sitting on the beach just reading for hours.
All right. And the last one. What was your first concert?
Oh, I actually remember that. Yes, and it was at the Orange County Speedway.
That's where my first concert was, and it was Huey Lewis and the News.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Juliette. And again, Juliette is the Senior Vice President of Commercial Lending at Heritage Financial Credit Union. So if you are looking to start, expand your business, reach out to Juliette. She's got the tools and the education to help you do so. We are filmed at Forge 28 Studios here in Warwick, New York, and produced by Diamond Grade Media. Thanks for joining us today.